o'clock.
Oh, Gibby, it starts with our township clerk. It starts with the township clerk.
Okay, I didn't know that. was you.
Yeah.
I'd like to call the budget meeting to order. I'd like to have a nomination for a moderator.
I nominate Sherry Neal.
Second.
Read that as
Okay. Right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of moderator at this township special meeting.
Okay, you can present the budget.
Sure. So just to share with everybody this year's budget, we made several changes to it during this COVID time. We have, let me go by this one. A little bit easier for me to read. So under township personnel, the total for township personnel is $310,974.31. Under contractual services, that total is, make sure I lost my titles. That total is $100,017. Under operating expenses, that total would be $3,760. No, that's not true. Under under contractual services, it goes all the way to so I said contractual services is $100,017, and then under operating expenses, that's $44,810. Capital outlay, yes, sir.
My copy says 45,974.
Yep.
That's what's in your name.
What does yours say? We made some last minute changes based on the upgrades to the building.
Mine says what theirs says.
Okay, so could you repeat that number?
For operating expenses totals for budget 2020-2021, $45,974.
Here we go. Okay, so that would have included moving the for the doors, to have the doors fixed for the COVID situation.
Okay.
Thank you. And then capital outlay is 50.
Excuse me.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So what was your total? The revised total?
The revised total, no, it's not, it's what yours is, 45,000, that's the correct one. Capital outlay is $57,708. And then community support, so let me make sure that's correct, is $23,000. Youth services, we actually zeroed that out for the year because we're not going to be having our summer work program, which breaks our heart. And then senior services total is $26,550. So under town fund, and then with the assessor's office, the assessor's budget is $211,505, totaling $775,728.31. And then, and actually I think it's separate under the assessor's office, but, and then for the general assistance budget, personnel totals $203,970.63. And then operating expenses total, contractual services total $29,071. And then operating expenses total $22,055.50 with for a total of $413,047.13. Public assistance, I missed that category, and that was $157,950. So the total being $413,047.13. Income-wise, we're looking to bring in just from, and this is just from the tax levy, $253,400 under general assistance. So we are actually budgeting in the red, $159,647.13. This will be bringing down the prior balance to be within that levy, within that area. Good, and then as well, so then we have the FICA and IMRF. Once again, once again, we went for the lower amounts to bring those balances down. We budgeted for, or we levied for, here, $30,000 for FICA and $5,000 for IMRF. Expecting to spend the expenses. Do you have those numbers, Chris, for FICA and what we're budgeting to spend?
I don't see that in this copy.
Okay. We're actually budgeting to spend. We have $52,000, I believe, for IMRF, and we always round that up because we never know how they're going to do that. This year we came in actually $15,000 less, and then for FICA, right at $35,000. So the total budget for the year is. You can tell I was working on so many different things today that my brain is not in this. So the total budget. You don't have the total number. Is the summary of those numbers?
Well, on your summary page for the supervisor's office, it says $564,223.31.
Right, so that would be for the town fund.
The town fund is $775,728.31. That's what I have here.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Any questions from the public? Well, everybody's the public during the public hearing.
First, you have to refer the budget to the meeting to get a motion.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, here we go. Wait. So the assessor to present budget. So I shared what Larry's numbers are as well.
Yes.
And then now number 6, refer budget to town board for final action at the regular meeting to be held on Tuesday, May 19th, 2020 at 6:15 p.m. So is there a motion?
So moved.
Lou, you can vote on this too.
Oh, sorry.
Right?
I made the motion.
Right? There you go. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. And are there any public comments this evening? Nothing? Okay. Gibby, you got anything?
It's a beautiful day.
For ducks. Okay,
Y'all need to learn to be ducks.
right? You said it was ducky,
Exactly.
so, okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion, second?
Second.
There you go. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay. So I'm going to get 15 minutes or 5 minutes before the regular meeting.
Sherry, I'm just gonna take this wrong.
Okay, so don't say
What
anything,
you guys say.
right?
I thought you would never say anything.
And I would have too.
Kind of intimidated to have the camera rolling.
Right, I know.
Right.
No small talk. No. No, just focusing on emergency assistance. I think that's going to probably bury us.
Of course, the camera is focused on you.
Oh, right.
Change your voice, you can throw it.
Right.
I don't know.
You can get me saying anything, and this is your chance. Not just in the last, ever since the governor started talking about going into level 3, and ComEd announced that, and I'll share this in the board meeting, but ComEd announced that the moratorium is off as of June 1st, so they'll start disconnecting again. If people just call and make a plan with them, they won't, but people that just totally blow it off, they're going to be doing disconnects. And so landlords, I mean, it's going to be bringing with all of those things, so. Yeah, it's so funny. I talked to Antioch today, and she was like, well, it's really slow here. I was like, baby girl, you just wait. You think it is now. You give it a couple of weeks, and it's going to get interesting. And I mean, I'm just grateful that we're like, our state is set up with this kind of a system to be able to have some place for people to go, because otherwise, it's an interesting time. Say the least. I think the thing that breaks my heart the most is like, for the foreseeable future, we can't do red hat trips. Right? All my red hatters are like stuck at home, isolated by themselves, right? And there's, they can't do anything social, and so it makes me so sad for them.
That's like people in the nursing home that nobody can go visit them.
Right. I'm in the hospital. My
Has
niece,
their family or anything,
my niece is in the hospital getting ready to have a baby 7 weeks early, and her husband can come up, but they've got 2 other kids, and it's like, yeah, it's crazy. So she can't have any visitors. Close. Okay, you ready? That went fast. Hopefully I didn't say anything too incriminating. I never know until I watch it later. I'd like to call to order the town board. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Fisher?
Here.
Trustee McDowell?
Here.
Trustee Frierson?
Here.
Trustee Holmes? Here. Chairman Neal?
Here. Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Are there any agenda changes this evening? Hearing none. First item is approval of the minutes of a Zoom meeting held April 21st, 2020 at 6:15 p.m. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Frierson?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Are there any citizens' comments this evening? No. Kudos to residents like Ms. Lou Hildebrandt, who is making face masks for the community. So, even if she has no citizens comment. Okay, item 7, authorized bills for payment. Trustee Fisher.
Chairman Neal and I had a conference call this afternoon and went over the bills and invoices for this meeting, and I would like to recommend authorization to pay $71,022.57.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Any questions about anything? No, everything's good? So this was the end of the year. This was the last fiscal statement for this fiscal year. And yeah, we came in under budget on everything except for assistance for the general assistance clients, which to me, that's the one budget that I'm proud if we do go over budget. That means we help more people than we anticipated. And it's the one item that it doesn't matter how far over budget you go, that's the mandate to assist in that area. So I'm really glad that we've really started to focus. And I think with the ZV quarterly, it's increased the number of general assistance clients that we get, and that's really the area that we want to focus on, because it's not just helping with a one-time situation, it's helping individuals to either get into the workforce or on disability, one or the other. So it's helping long-term impact, and the ripple effect we know is huge, because when you help one family member, it helps a lot of other people. So really proud of that, my team, for doing that. So clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Ryerson?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Item 8, consider approval of the 2020-2021 Zion Township budget, May 1, 2020 through April 30, 2021, per Chairman Neal. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion. I'll just start it out by saying that I'm grateful that COVID-19 hit at a time when we were working on the budget. I feel very grateful that we were able to navigate the budget in such a way that best serves our community. Broke my team's heart to remove the summer work program this year from our budget, but recognizing that there was no other way, and being able to reallocate those funds to further help families is something that we were grateful that we were able to do. As well, making the adjustments to the building, I think is going to serve us long term. So those are kind of the two biggest areas that there were changes, and other than that, everything pretty much stayed the same. So, anything else? Any other questions, comments? No?
Thank you.
Okay. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Ryerson?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Assessor's report. He did email something. Did you print that, Cheryl? The assessor's report?
I did not.
Yeah.
No. If you find it first, you can read it.
We'll see if it opens, but.
I might have it on my desk.
Hang on, wait.
So, assessors reports. The Zion Township Assessor's Office is now open to the public. Starting June 1st, the office will have full staff Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The Zion Township Assessor's Office has been sanitizing and preparing to reopen to the public when allowed, obtaining masks, gloves, sanitizers, and cleaning supplies and the like. 2019 tax bills. The Lake County Board authorized deferred payments for hardship due to COVID-19. Lake County property owners must still pay the full amount of property taxes due. However, property owners can pay their property taxes by the following schedule without penalty. 50% of the first installment by June 8th. 50% remainder of the first installment by August 7th. and 50% of the second installment by September 8th, and then 50% of the second installment by November 9th. So for more information on that, you can go to the Lake County Treasurer's Office website. The senior freeze, all applications are online for property owners to complete by themselves. We have provided instructions in the outer lobby for property owners to pick up. We can also email or send USPS to property owners. We realize many seniors may not have computers, so we will be applying for them via telephone or them dropping off their documents. And when we are open to the public, we will be taking people by appointment and allowing only one person in the office at a time. Township Assessor's Office plans on turning in 2020 books to the county in June or July. The 2020 tentative equalization factor is 1.0776, and that's due to sales from 2017, 2018, and 2019, slightly higher than what was reported last month. 2020 appeals, we're unsure of how the appeal process will be handled this year due to COVID-19. Filing was done online in 2019 and will continue to be filed online in 2020. Processes for hearings are uncertain currently, and they are waiting for Chief County Assessment Office to advise on the process. Property sales in Zion for 2020 have shown no loss in value at this time. And lastly, we'd like to thank all first responders and essential workers who put their lives in jeopardy to keep us safe.
Cool.
And that is the assessor's report.
Okay. Any comments? Okay. Hearing none. Moving on. The next item is the supervisor's report. Just to share with you, if you look at the each month we have a monthly services report that shares just all of the information of everything we've done for the month. And as you will see, our numbers are way down, but that's because pretty much everybody was safe, right? There was no evictions, no disconnection notices, so people were not in crisis to access the township. We strongly suspect June will be different. But LIHEAP, we're told, has been extended, but only CAP is doing those applications, and they're doing them over the phone, so they're doing pretty well with those. Summer work program has been suspended. I shared that. We've been working really closely on some strategic partnerships, and I'm really proud of my team for the work that we've done in this area. Mother's Trust Foundation, we put together with the approval of the other 17 townships, a letter of support. Mother's Trust Foundation is a 501c3, and they can help anyone, where with our emergency assistance funds, we have guidelines that are set up by the state, so there's certain situations that we can't help with. And so by forming the strategic partnership with Mother's Trust Foundation, they can help anybody. So we can help with up to $400. They are willing to partner with us in any situation and help with $500. Which for some of our residents, that will cover the situation. We also, huge kudos to Mary Lockhart White and Community Action Partnership, as well as Hector Sanchez. The partnership that we created with them, they actually trained my team on using their computer system. So our staff can actually, when they meet with somebody, let's say it's somebody that owns a home and they've got the mortgage and their taxes, and they've been, laid off because of COVID, and it's not enough to make it. My staff can work with our funds. We can work with Mother's Trust Foundation, and then we can go in and submit an application into CAP, and it will cut down the time for getting that approved, because they don't have to go into CAP and do all that work. And then they will just do an approval or a denial, and they'll let us know the reason for it. So that will cut down that time. As well, Lake County Community Partners for Affordable Housing. We've created a very close partnership with them in a couple of ways. One is they do the financial education class for us, and we met with them and let them know that one of the pieces that would be substantially beneficial right now is individuals who are affected by COVID is to do a crisis budget, so that when an individual comes to meet with one of my case managers, they already know, right? These are the different bills that I owe. This is when I'm late, so that they've got a picture, instead of my staff having to sit with them for the first hour and figuring all that out. And so they rearranged their class, their online class, to be able to incorporate that, to be able to help our team. As well, they passed on their entire PowerPoint presentation, and Grace Gamboa from my team is translating it, so they'll be able to offer the class in Spanish online. And so just being in a position where these other agencies trust us that much that they're willing to let us help co-create so that we can serve more people is just, to me, the greatest show of respect to be able to reach more people. So really proud of that. And then the latest thing that we're working on is with the CARE Act. The Lake County Board reached out to a couple of the members on that committee to make sure that they recognize that the funding that they're looking to help people that, you know, that their mortgages and rent and those things, that to consider utilizing the townships, because there's 18 townships across the county. It's strategically really perfect to be able to help those people. And they said that, you know, that was their conversation in their meetings, and that they will be in touch. But we will be having a township supervisors meeting and putting together an official letter to make sure that they know that we're ready to do that. And what that will do is just huge in just streamlining, so that, you know, one of my greatest frustrations is when somebody comes to us with a situation and then they have to go to like 3 or 4 different places, and then they're hitting all the churches, and they're, you know, just trying to muster it up. And if we can just like help to coordinate that in one place, it will relieve the stress. And so working with that, and I mentioned this last month, but I didn't get to it. It wasn't urgent at that time. It will be now. I will be sending out a letter to all the churches and to the landlords to let them know what we're working on, specifically to the churches, to say, if you have somebody come to you, don't help them first. Send them to the township, and we'll let you know if we need that help. And Christ Community Church, we've had an incredible partnership. Some of my favorite stories, you know, have been working with you guys to be able to help people that were, you know, the one that comes to mind, you know, the most recent one, a gal, 5 kids, she's working full time, she's going to school part time, but she got $100 a month in TANF, $100, and that disqualifies her from emergency assistance. And she couldn't pay her water bill, and her water was getting shut off. With 5 kids, I cannot even imagine the stress she was under. And so I called Christ Community Church, and 15 minutes later, you know, they came over and met with her and paid the water bill, and she was able to keep going with moving her life together. So those partnerships, when we don't have the funding, are priceless with being able to do that service. And, right, being able to conserve the funding that churches have in situations where there's a lot more information that it could be just like throwing it into a black hole. So appreciate that very much. So yeah, so that's kind of what our focus has been on, is how can we like strategically be ready when individuals, you know, when the dam breaks and people are, you know, trying to figure that out. In the same way, we've got the situation with when is it safe, you know, and to say I've lost sleep is like an understatement, with like trying to figure out, how do I keep my team safe, right? They have little ones, they have other medical issues, and how do we best serve the community? And weighing those both out, because to me it's equal, but if my staff gets sick, then we can't serve the community. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. And so after weighing out all of the pros and cons, what I'm putting into place moving forward is that I'm having my staff come in next Wednesday. Just for the morning, we're gonna have a staff meeting. Plans around the building, just have them go into their office and get reacclimated, because they've been out of the office since March 23rd was when they went out. And then what I've asked them is beginning June 1st to be in the office 2 days a week, just to start to synergize as people start to call in. We won't be having anybody come into the office. Right now, the way that it works is if somebody needs something and we need to meet face-to-face, we'll go outside and meet them, and we'll continue to do that. My team has done such an incredible job with teaching people how to do things online, right? Teaching them how to use their phone to take a picture of documents and email them to them or text them to them, doing FaceTime appointments, and really just helping individuals that would have never known how to do these things now be at a different level. And so every single resident we have been able to assist either that way or, having them come and pick things up. Amy's dropped off things at people's houses because she's been in 2 days a week, just helping to be that cohesive piece. So it's my intention that I have everybody in at least the first 2 weeks, just 2 days a week, and then operating from home the other 3 days, just to try and get reacclimated and watching to see what the governor calls for, to see if it does, if it helps us, if it ends up being where it tanks again, whatever will happen. I've let them know that if it continues to go down, I will be expecting them to be in the office full time. I have 2 staff members that they do not have childcare, right, because the child care centers are closed, so there's really struggling with that, and so I've made it a precedent for them to take some time and try and figure that out because we need them. But yeah, it's a really, really tough time, but what I know for sure is that there's a different energy when my team is together being able to help people, because a lot of times we get situations where we don't know what to do. But when we can yell in the office, okay, I've got one, and everybody's able to brainstorm to find solutions, it makes all the difference in the world. So willing to hold that space for my team to figure that out so that we can be together as a team. So that's all of that. I'm going through to see if there's anything else. So we did have a start a business class scheduled at the Township that had to be canceled. And so Mitch, the executive director of the Small Business Development Center, he hosted a Zoom call. And we actually had 16 people on the call, 17 because my daughter and I were both on the same computer. But he said it's the most people he's had on any of the online classes. So that was really good. So we're looking to expand that and see what else there is. And still working closely with the food pantries. Everything's going well. Abiding Love will be open each Wednesday, but North Point Food Pantry, they're open on Mondays, and next Monday is a holiday. So they're going to be doing a condensed food distribution this Friday from 2 until 4 o'clock. And so appreciate them. Meals on Wheels is still going strong, as well as the school. So we feel like we've got a pretty good web with food. If you have anybody that is being missed, that's falling through the cracks, that needs help, we have an organization called Catch that is working people that have come down with COVID, they can't leave their house, they don't have the resources, that they are actually doing food deliveries. And at last count, I think we had 7 families in Zion that they were delivering to. So really proud of that. And then the last thing that we're focusing on right now is zinnias for Zion. We have got the zinnia seeds, and it is our hope that every resident in this community plants zinnias, just to start to brighten up things, so that maybe we can have a little bit brighter summer. So if you are looking for seeds, you can call Zion Township, you can email us, and we will get them to you. We're going to be having 3 distributions, handouts, Wednesday, May 27th, which is next Wednesday, which is my birthday. So my birthday present is I want to hand out zinnia seeds to the community from 3 until 5 o'clock, and we may be having some face masks as well. So we're waiting for a donation. United Way in the Job Center of Lake County, they've got individuals that are making face masks, and they're telling us we will have 400. So we will be giving them out at the Township, and then also at Abiding Love and North Point Food Pantry. And so if anybody else is making face masks, including, just got a donation tonight, we have a bin at the back door at Zion Township. So if anybody's making them and they want to make a donation of them, you can just put those in the bin and put a note who it's from, and we will make sure they get distributed. So we've got that. But so the giveaways we're doing May 27th from 3 until 5, and then Monday, June 1st from 4 until 7, and Saturday, June 6th from 9 until noon, until supplies run out. And we are really hoping that supplies run out. We've got thousands of packets that we've got. The Zion Queens are going to be packing them tomorrow, the Queen Bee, Noma Blanton, and then a resident over at Bethesda Village, Jamie, has been packing them as well. So really hoping that we can make an impact and continue on with that this year. So I think that's all I got. Is there anything anybody else has to come before the board? So just, we're waiting to find out when COVID lifts, when we can have the annual township meeting. And when we schedule that, we'll be talking about moving the board meeting to 6 o'clock instead of 6:15, moving forward so we have space. So that's all I got.
See that September is getting closer and closer. Have we heard anything in terms of the assessor, how that?
Well, thank you for bringing that up. So one of the situations with the assessor situation is that there's a lot of credentials that you have to have in order to apply for that position, and they are not doing classes right now. So they are holding off. They're talking about doing them online. So we've kind of been holding off a little bit on that. But thank you for bringing that up. And with my team out of the office, but we will make sure that in the next month we get that posted as the job opening. As a matter of fact, let me just write that down. So that we can move forward on that, because September is coming sooner. But Larry did mention a couple of times that he's willing to work with, however things work out. So hopefully we can still figure out a smooth transition with whoever that is. But it's good. We need to make sure that we get that out to the community in case there's anybody else that's interested in that. And so that has that information. Cool. Anything else? Mike, you got anything you want to share community-wide, or?
No, I think
Okay.
good job.
Rick? Nothing? Okay.
So just one last thing. On
Yeah,
Thursday,
please.
In terms of the parade.
Oh, thank you. So I got a random text message from a resident asking me if there was any way that she didn't know how to do parades or anything, but it was her dad's birthday, and would I be willing to help her? And turns out he's 103 years old, and he served at Pearl Harbor in World War II. And so didn't really know too much about it. It's way out of my wheelhouse, so I reached out to my brother-in-law, who works for Grace Lake and is in one of those veteran motorcycle groups. He works for Grace Lake as a police officer, retired from Waukegan. And so he started working on it, and before I knew it, I knew it was kind of a big deal, but it's really a big deal. And so it blew up quicker than I could know. And so I connected Rodney Carlstrand, as my brother-in-law, with the police chief and the fire chief, and trying to but it is this Thursday at the lineup, thanks to Christ Community Church, is at 2 o'clock. And the parade will kick off at 2:45. We do not know. God is good. The weather is going to be beautiful. And tomorrow we are going to go up and down Bethel Boulevard to notify the residents that it's going to be taking place. We wrote a little thing in English and Spanish with Zinnia Seeds to let them know. And so it's really important to us that we uphold the safety precautions, and that we really celebrate Mr. Charles Kelly. So excited about it. It's nice that we're going to get some positive news about Zion and our community and something going on. So if anybody wants to participate, CCC lineup is from 2 to 2:45, and we'll be taking off. And
We're
as
passing another World War II vet's house in that lineup. 97-year-old.
Really?
Yeah. Bomber pilot from World War II.
Who's that?
My uncle,
Who's your uncle?
Al McElroy, lives on 31 Bethel. His birthday was, last month.
So would you mind emailing me that information?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Because it would be, we'll talk offline.
Okay.
So, especially if it's on the route, we might as well celebrate. How fun is that?
Yeah.
So, especially, with everybody that'll be there. So, if you could share that would be great. Cool. Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned the food pantries, and I didn't hear any mention of, but as is going to be helping with traffic at the Leisure Center on the 30th, the Amadaya is having a food bank.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. On May 30th. It's actually, Yeah, Humanity's First organization is going to be hosting it. So yeah, thank you very much. Janae Latif
What time?
is heading that up. Do you remember? Do you remember what time, Lou?
I don't know, but I can pull up the email and look for you.
It's another race for the time. Thank God for cell phones and having our computers with us, right? Oh, here it comes going.
Ready to open that. It's open.
Did we already adjourn?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
We're waiting for her to give us the time.
It's opening.
11 a.m., Saturday, May 30th, 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Well, and it was about an hour and a half.
Design Park District.
Okay, there we go.
Good.
So food distribution from 11 until 12:30 a.m. on a Saturday, May 30th.
Correct.
Excellent, thank you very much.
And they are
Thank you.
making arrangements because they know that people, not everyone has vehicles. So they are making arrangements for most people to stay in their cars, but if they have walk-ups, they have arrangements for that too. They're gonna have tables out and stuff.
Excellent. Thank you, and thank you for the work that ESDA does to help keep order. You guys are doing such an incredible job over at Abiding Love Food Pantry for that. It just I deliver Meals on Wheels, and so I drive through there on Wednesdays, and just I'm in awe at the order and the organization that goes on there. So
It really made my people happy to get asked because they were so tired of being in their houses.
right.
So good, I just want to help them.
Let me help. Yeah, very cool. So thank you. Okay, is there anything else to come before the town board? Okay, hearing nothing. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any last discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Fisher?
Aye.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee Patterson?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Chair Neal?
Aye. Meeting adjourned.